Hey guys, it's midweek meetup, and today I want to talk to you about spring prep. I know it's only February, but spring comes quick and you don't want to start planning for the spring in the spring, right? So what I want to talk to you about is what you have planned for the next season. Some of you live where it's warm all year round, and good for you. You can train outside all year, and I'm jealous. But some of us have cold seasons like I do here in Canada. So half my year is indoor, half my year is outdoor. Now, we're indoor right now, but we're prepping for the outside. If you're like me, you got to start thinking about that now. Okay? And if you haven't started thinking about it, start thinking about it. First of all, you gotta think, okay, my location. Where are you gonna train? Maybe you've been training at the same spot, and if it's working for you and your numbers are high and everything's going great, then that's perfect. Then just continue what you're doing, start advertising it, get it on your new schedule on your website, and you're good to go. But if it hasn't been working for you, or you're new to training this winter, or you're thinking about starting a boot camp, then this is for you. You need to start thinking about your location. Okay, one has to be a central spot that people can get from all over. Super important. Don't just do, the park at the end of the street because it works for you. Is that in the middle of nowhere? It has to be somewhere people can go to. I gotta drive about 12, 15 minutes to mine. Not too bad, but it's a perfect park, center of my town. Everyone can kind of get to it. So location's important. Second thing to think about in the park is what are the natural and man-made elements that you can use, right? Okay, so hill. Is there a playground or a couple playgrounds around that you can, do stuff on? Is there maybe some sand? Is there benches you can do dips and step ups on, or garden kind of boxes and things you can use? So check out some parks. Go now and start looking around and seeing what kind of elements I can use, all right? Because it will make it more fun for you, thinking of workouts, and your clients if your park has a lot to offer. Now, I say 100% get somewhere where there's a hill. Hill training, even if you have that field and you're not always on your hill every class, but it's there. If you're like, I don't know what to do right now with my clients, I just don't have anything ready, and you're trying to improvise, send them up the hill. By the time they get back, have something ready. So I love the hill for that. And you want to have the right hill. If there's too much bush and it's just skinny little trails going up, people get backed up. I've had that mistake before. This location I'm at for the last ever, years and years and years, is perfect. It has a huge hillside, 40 people, 50, 80 people can run up it at the same time and down without tripping over each other or backing each other up. So start thinking your location for spring, guys. Permits, I don't know, every town's different. People write me about permits all the time. I can't answer that for you. You just gotta Google it out, check it out, go into the park and sneak and do your thing until you get caught, or call the city and say, yo, what's the scoop? I wanna run a class, and they might have $10, $15, $20 permit each time you're there. I don't know, it's different from everywhere. Here where I live, I've been on them for years. They just don't have anything in place yet. I told them to call me when they're ready and I'll pay. So I'm pretty lucky for now. We'll see what happens. So can't answer the permit questions for you guys in your town. You just gotta do the research yourself. So location, elements to use, make sure it's a central spot people can get to. Parking, how's the parking? Is there room for people to park? Something to think about is keeping a couple classes indoors in the summer. For years and years, I always did it outside. And I always lost a few people. Because some people don't like the hot sun. They feel like they can't breathe, or they don't like the bugs or the grass or this or that. And so you lose that clientele. Or if we had a rainy day on Monday and Tuesday, well, now they lost out on their workouts, and what if it's raining all week? So if you have some indoor, at least they can count on those days that, yes, there's for sure class, and it's 100-degree weather this week, and oh good, she's got her indoor class. So last summer I started keeping 2 classes indoors all summer, and I will do that again this year. I'm keeping one of my stair workout classes and my heavy weight class, because we still want to get those heavy weight sessions in without me having to lug all those weights to and from the park. It's just a lot of gas and a lot of grunt work when it's all there in the gym ready for me to go. So something to think about for your summer season is maybe keeping a class or 2 indoors and having your classes outside. So that's my suggestion. It's working for me and I like it, and my clients love it too. Okay, next, adding a new class for the season ahead. You have to continually grow. You have to keep adding new elements, being on top of your game. There's boot camp stepping up every day. Boutiques, fitness centers, left and right, they're coming up in every corner. In my town, I'm sure in yours too. So you have to be on top, adding new classes. Okay, so it could be a beach class, doing stuff in the sand and in the water, and they're running in the water and running on the sand, they're getting dirty, they're push-ups. You're gonna get those extreme people that are looking for that extreme class. Okay, maybe don't add the water part if it's not for you, but sand training rocks. Every drill you do on land is a billion times harder in the sand. So maybe it's a sand kind of workout you want to add this summer. Maybe it's a hill workout you're gonna add. Maybe it's a running group. Every day once a week, we're gonna do like 5K runs to help people train. Maybe it's, training them for their first half marathon, okay? A sup class, I don't know. Is there a place you can rent paddle boards and do fitness classes on a paddle boards? That was something I added a couple years ago, doing fitness classes. I bought a couple boards and we'd just do that once or twice a week, and it grew and grew and grew, and now I have this whole separate business called Urban Surf. You can check that out online, urbansurf.ca. It's just a local thing, but just to see what it's like, it's pretty cool. Maybe start one in your town, because it's a great business. And it started as just adding another fitness class for me to stay on top as a fitness trainer in my city. And now I have a whole nother seasonal business where we rent paddle boards, we do fitness on them, we do yoga on them, we do sunset paddles, kids camps. It's crazy. Now we have kayaks and canoes, and this whole thing grew just from me building another little class in, my regular AXFIT business. So great things come out of things, you put good out there, do new things, new vibes, other things come from it. So definitely think of a new class. Post below, what new class are you adding this spring, summer? What's kind of a cool class you do now that we could share, and maybe, I can try adding it to mine. Let's learn from each other here. All right, sup classes, beach, hill. I do this sweet class, it's called Unleashed, AXFIT Unleashed. It starts back outside in April. Once a week, we meet at a different location every single week, and we do we free run the streets, hop fences, parking garage stairs, just get into trouble, and it's fine. Not real trouble, but we kind of feel like we are. And every week it's in a new location. I post up the location on the website, Facebook. I make this cool little map thing and put where we're at. Here, I'll show you a picture of what I do. Do something like this on AXFIT.COM, and then they see where it's at, they show up, and you go. And I tell people before they come or when they're there, hey, if you lose us while we're free running, go find your car and go home. It's not a beginner class, it's for advanced. So adding an Unleashed class would be cool. You can even use the word Unleashed, I don't care. It's a very cool name, no matter what your boot camp is. It could be, Fitness Frenzy unleashes it, or Shelly's boot camp unleashed. So Unleashed is cool. You take off and you go and you use the elements that are around, benches and parks and hills and everything you can think of. And as a trainer, I'm just running, I'm seeing things ahead, and I'm just like, oh, okay, oh, I see that. We're gonna do quick feet on that, and then dips, and then push-ups, and we're gonna keep running. So that's a great class you could add. I wanna hear what you guys are adding this summer. Keep it fresh with your training. Start planning for your spring. Get a whiteboard out, put some goals down that you're gonna do, dates you're gonna get them done by. Make sure your website's updated with that spring schedule ahead. Start marketing it, making some flyers, postcards, cards you can put in doctor's offices. People are always sitting there looking for things to read. Get out in your community, start sharing about your spring season ahead. People asking me a lot about equipment. If you're new to training, or when you're just starting your boot camp and you're like, oh, what should I buy? I'm not sure what I should spend my money on for my equipment. Don't go run and buy a bunch of equipment if you don't even have clients yet. That's my advice. That's what I always say. Because now you're training and you have maybe a couple people show up, sometimes no one shows up, and you owe $2-3 grand on your credit card for some equipment you bought. Okay? Start with no equipment. Use the elements around you, body weight, partner drills. If anything, buy some bands. I started with sandbags and tires. I went and got those burlap sandbags from hardware. They're like 80 cents a piece. I snuck some sand from the beach, and we made sandbags, and we used those. You can do tons of stuff with sandbags. And then I went to the transport truck place. They were happy to get rid of some tires. I got some tires, and I just started with sandbags and tires. For years, that's all I had. And then I slowly got more and more and more. But don't start with a lot of equipment. Start simple. Don't put a lot of pressure on you to have to pay these bills off. If you have a lot of lucrative cash and you can just buy a bunch of equipment and cool, then I would say get bands and maybe some light weights. Definitely still get some tires, but you gotta think too, how you're gonna lug this to and from the park, okay? So you can always tell your clients, look, when you come to my class, bring a mat and a light set of weights, or just work what you can without them. That's it for me today. I don't want to be rambling too long, but guys, start planning for the spring ahead. Share below what you're doing different this year. Don't be doing the same thing year after year. It's boring. People are gonna get bored of you. Your clients are gonna plateau. Start thinking of now something fresh, something new that you can add to your class, no matter what it's gonna be. Share with us. Email me at adrenalinefit@gmail.com. Tell me, ask me, let's talk, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you here on Sunday. I have a sick workout plan to show you what maybe you can add to your class next week, and then I'll be back next week with some more talk. Okay, bye. Have a good one.